Educational GMAT. Your partner in your GMAT journey.
So each of our 5 employees will meet individually with every other of our employees and also with her. Each employee will be scheduled for exactly one meet every day. Okay. Suri has begun to schedule the meetings, all right. And she has already finished most of the scheduling, but she has yet to finish scheduling the meetings for Thursday and Friday. Assuming Suri schedules the remaining meetings according to the criteria given, select necessarily Thursday if the pair must be scheduled to meet on Thursday, otherwise not necessarily Thursday. So how are you guys then approaching this? How are you guys approaching this? Now, A, B, C, D, E are the employees, right? So how do we do this then? A, B, C, D, E are the employees. And then there is Suri. So obviously, each of the employees need to meet each other, right? So A needs to meet B, A needs to meet C, A needs to meet D, A needs to meet E. Similarly, B needs to meet A, B, C, B needs to meet A, C, D, E, and so on. So what do we first find out? How many meetings are still left to be scheduled, right? So tell me A and B, has this been scheduled? Meeting between A and B, has this been scheduled?
Yes.
Yes. How about A and C? Yes. A and D? Yes. A and E? Yes. Now let's look at B. We've already looked at AB, right? AB is the same as BA, right? So how about BC? BC? Not there. All right. So let's note it down, right? So BC has not been scheduled. All right. BD? Again, a no. So BD has also not been scheduled. How about BE? BE has already been scheduled. Now, CD, right? Has CD been scheduled? Yes. How about CE? Yes. And finally, DE. How about DE? No. This makes sense, right? This makes sense because there are 3 meetings and 3 slots available. All right. Now, each of the employees also has to meet with Suri. Let's see if that's happened. Meeting with Suri, right? So, Suri has not met with which employees? A and C, right? So, Suri has not met with A and C. Again, this makes sense because with Suri, there are, sorry, who haven't met? Right. So DE and ED are the same, right? They are the same 2 people meeting with each other. Right. So this also makes sense. Suri has to meet with 2 people, and with Suri, there are 2 slots available. Correct. Now, what do we do from here? Now, what do we do from here? Notice another thing is each employee will be scheduled for exactly 1 meeting each day. Now, Thursday, E and E sorry, A and E have already met, which means there cannot be any other meeting scheduled for A and E on Thursday. Correct? A and E are out, which means clearly this meeting cannot happen. Correct? A and E are out, right? So this meeting also cannot happen because there's an E here, right? Okay. Now I don't remember the answer. I don't remember the answer. Uh, can Aman and Suri meet? Aman and Suri not will cannot meet. Excellent. Not Aman, sorry, Amani. Amani and Suri. Why can they not meet? So I think this was easy, right? Because Amani already has had a meeting on Thursday. So obviously Amani cannot appear here, right? Okay. How about Camilo and Suri? Camilo and Suri. So that's the thing. Camilo, now notice for this, it clearly has to be C. Agreed? Now think about it. Since this has to be C, how about this one? This has to be B and D because now C has already met here, right? So this has to be B and D, right? So can Camilo and Suri, do they have to necessarily meet? Absolutely. Camilo and Suri have to meet. How about B and D? We have already figured out that they also have to necessarily meet on Thursday. So this is the answer. Any doubt, guys? All right.